There's an education rally coming up put on by Family Faith Freedom. And you're asking yourself, who are they? Well, they're joining me, the people behind it, senior pastor with First Baptist Church. Of course, you know the face, senior pastor, Pastor Paul Leacock. Next to him is Pastor Carl Barker from the Shalem Evangelical. And across from me is Ryan Matherin, who's the chairman of this, the Faith Freedom Barbados, Family Faith Freedom. I just like the
You
F.
got that right.
Family Faith Freedom. Starting with you, Ryan. Why that title, Family Faith Freedom?
Well, family being the first word in the acronym, it refers to the fact that we're focused on keeping families strong and grounded in God. And we recognize over the last several years in Barbados there has been a deterioration in families. Yeah? Now, faith represents our commitment to God. We are constituted from several churches across Barbados, and they're based upon that faith and devotion to God. Now, freedom represents our freedom of expression in faith, recognizing that we have pressures from various parts of the world to put it in polite terms, to deteriorate our faith. So that faith and that freedom come together. And then Barbados obviously is our nation. So all these come together in the nation that we're presently in. Yeah? That's it.
The nation is challenged right now, Pastor Paul, and so family is at the center of this challenge. If you don't get the family right, then the fabric really disintegrates.
Absolutely. Let's face it, we have come from a very challenged past, stripped from Africa. We didn't come here in family units, as most families may migrate. We came here disheveled. We came here in shackles. And despite the years of independence across the Caribbean, the family structure has been severely challenged. Not only by that past, that very scarred past, but of course there's a lot of social issues that has accompanied us. We can talk about domestic violence, we can talk about the absence of fathers, we can talk about as recent as human trafficking of our women, sexual molestation. We can talk about all of the dynamics that affect family. Right now, Barbados has a preponderance of single female heads of households, and therefore that any sociologist or anyone who does a study on the significant problems in Barbados will trace it back to the challenges that we have in our families, which is under severe threat. So therefore, this organization represents and tries to do anything that will keep that cohesion and so that the biblical family as conceived in Scripture would remain intact, because without it, we are going to continue to see the myriad of difficulties that are registering right now.
And so, Pastor Barker, the family is adrift. Not all, but they are adrift because they're challenged by the matters that were just raised by Pastor Paul. Talk to me about what you see the church can do to make a difference.
The question has to go a little bit deeper than family. We are family, faith, freedom. I believe sometimes that faith should be first, for the reason that when the faith is not fixed, the family will deteriorate, the freedom will also disappear. And I believe that one of the things that we have done, it reminds me of the Israelites in the Bible, how they were doing very well under Samuel. And then they saw other people with kings, and they figured that they needed to get one of those too. Within a short period of time, we found that Israel and the king were cowering in the tents because there was a Goliath. I think that Barbados is now facing its Goliath. And all of these things that we are talking about are but symptoms of a deeper problem. If we go back to 1966, maybe we can ask the statisticians, how many murders were there since 1966?
Versus now.
When we look at the changes that we have made over the years, we have to ask ourselves, have the changes really been productive? We want to get into the modern world, we want to get away from that which is archaic and colonial, but have we given enough thought to what we are doing? But what we have done is to change the worldview of the country. And when you change a worldview, all the citizens will change with it. The worldview says, I know where I came from, I know where my morality lies, and I know where I'm going. And we have lost that, and that is why we can have people walking off the streets in the middle of the day and walking in here, want to take out one of us, and they don't care, and they will do it because the worldview has changed. And I also blame our educational system for that, because when I was growing up, the fear, even before I became a Christian, the fear of God was in me, because I knew that there were certain things that were taboo. But now our children are being taught differently, because they are told that you are an accident of nature. And if there's no God, if there's no God, then there are no laws. So the only thing that hinders me from doing wrong is if I'm going to get caught or not. So all of the things that we are seeing now came out of that one route, where we decided that we wanted to change, and everything went with it.
And so, Ryan, there's going to be an education rally.
Yes.
When is it? Where is it? And what are you hoping to achieve by it?
Well, we have been blessed to have one of our members being so devoted to the cause, and that's Pastor Paul Leacock. It's going to be at his church, which is First Baptist Church along Constitution Road, this coming Saturday, 4 p.m. And to encapsulate what was said before, many Barbadians recognize the problems. Many Barbadians are concerned about where we are going. Our purpose this Saturday is to educate Barbadians and offer them opportunity to come together and recognize where solutions can be found. Because as much as we are concerned, we still have to recognize that we have the power to make change. It's not enough simply to complain about the issues. It's not simply enough to lament the issues, blame politicians, blame social media. All of these are valid concerns, but there comes a point when we have to address them. As Pastor Paul said previously, we have several issues attacking families in Barbados. Everyone is affected. Barbadians may be saying, well, look, we're developing, we have construction booms, we have disposable income. Our vehicles are up to standard, etc., but yet there's a moral decline. And if one continues along this path, you can only envision where Barbados will be next 10 or 20 years. So we're encouraging Barbadians, come out, be educated, so we can come together and make a social change that is very, very fundamental towards the future of this country.
It's this Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
Sunday.
This coming Sunday. Sorry.
Sunday.
This coming Sunday. What time does it begin?
Yes.
4 p.m.
4
4
p.m.
o'clock in the
time.
afternoon, and it's interactive. So you don't just want the adults' appearance alone. You want people.
We want everybody.
Correct.
Everybody needs to be there at every strata of society. And one of the important things is that we're getting presentations from those who deal with our youth. In Roger Husbands, we're having presentation as well from those who are able to articulate what the church's role is in society, in Dr. Kelman, who is the district superintendent of Nazarene Church. And then a special bonus, we have attorney Philippa Davis of Jamaica, who is going to be here. And I mean, that's fortuitous, because Jamaica Cause, which is the corresponding relationship to Family Fair Freedom, has done enormous work in Jamaica itself. And how fortunate it is to have someone of her stature come in, especially against the background of the catastrophe that we've just experienced there.
Yeah.
So this is a wonderful opportunity for all of Barbados. And this is not just for people belonging to the church, concerned citizens. I mean, we cannot deny that we are alarmed at the rising incidence of the wanton murders in our country. And we have to address it.
Yes.
It has to be dealt with. And we want everyone to come Sunday, 4 p.m.,
Sunday, 4 p.m.
First Baptist Church, Constitution Road. You got to be there. I hope to see you there, person.
You got to be there. You got to be there. Gentlemen, it's out of time, but I want to thank you each. Senior pastors Paul Leacock and Carl Barker, and the chairman of Family, Faith, Freedom, Barbados.
You got it.
Ryan Matherin. Yeah, I've got my F's lined up now. Thank you so very much for joining us. All the best with this, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
as
very
well.
welcome.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.